Hello everyone. In this session I am going to derive that energy stored by a spring, okay, or the energy stored capacity of a spring, helical spring. So how much energy a helical spring can store, okay, when it is subjected to some external load. So initially, first of all, we know that springs are used to store energy, okay. So it may be some strain energy, generally called it as strain energy or elastic potential energy. So this strain energy, the amount of energy stored by a spring is generally equal to the work done on it by some external load. So it means you know that the amount of energy stored in a spring is equal to load into the it means strain energy. So amount of energy stored U is equal to half of load into deflection. So in my last session already I discussed how to derive this expression U is equal to half load into deflection. It's very simple. I just want to remind you again. So just suppose so a load external load P. So let us consider the plot for load and deflection. Okay. So in x-axis we take that load, and y-axis we consider that. In x-axis we consider deflection, and y-axis we consider that load. Okay. Just suppose the load is applied gradually to the spring. So from 0 to some value. Okay. So let us represent this point A and this point B. Okay. So I already explained in my last video. So the area below that, so load deflection line. This is the load deflection line. So OA is the load deflection line, and the area below this load deflection line is known as the energy, is the strain energy or elastic potential energy stored by a spring. This much amount of energy the spring can store. Okay. So we have to find this area. Okay. So again we know that how to calculate this area. Let's say OAB. That is, this is the triangle. So strain energy U is equal to, okay. So amount of energy. So energy storage capacity of a spring U is equal to, so of base into height. So triangular formula, area of triangle of base into height. So this is base. Base becomes OB. So base is OB into height. So height of the triangle AB. Here OB means deflection. Let us say delta. The spring is deflected delta. Okay. Into. See here AB represents load. So AB represents load. Let us say load is P, or you can say W. Let us consider W. Okay. W. Then it becomes of load into deflection. So this is the procedure to get strain energy. This fundamental formula U is equal to of W into that load into deflection. Okay. Now we can derive that energy storage capacity. Energy storage capacity of a helical spring. So energy storage capacity of a helical spring. So energy storage capacity. So U is equal to, so the formula, actually the final relation U is equal to, so after solving this relation, okay, so you will get the final relation tau square by 4 square G, okay, into B. So here B represents volume of the spring Y, okay, or volume of the spring, okay, and here tau represents shear stress, and K is the wall stress factor, and G is the shear modulus or modulus of rigidity. So we have to convert this equation into this relation. Okay. So how to get this expression from the fundamental equation U is equal to of load into deflection. Okay. That I am going to explain now. Okay. Fine. సో మనం ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలంటే ఇది మనకి ఫార్ములా ఎనర్జీ స్టోరేజ్ కెపాసిటీ ఆఫ్ ఏ helical spring or any compression spring, helical compression spring. So ఈ ఫార్ములా మనం డిరైవ్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, సో ఈ ఫార్ములా మన బేసిక్ ఫార్ములా, ద స్ట్రెయిన్ ఎనర్జీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు హాఫ్ ఆఫ్ లోడ్ ఇంటూ డిఫ్లెక్షన్ ఆర్ డిఫార్మేషన్. సో ఈ ఫార్ములా నుంచి మనం ఈ ఫార్ములా డిరైవ్ చేయాలి. సో ఎలా డిరైవ్ చేయాలంటే మనం చూద్దాం. ఓకే, ఫైన్. Okay, fine. So we know that the strain energy, okay, so the energy stored in a helical spring is given by so basic formula U is equal to half load into deflection. Okay, so we know that shear stress, maximum shear stress So maximum shear stress of a helical spring. So what is the formula of maximum shear stress? Okay, we already seen so many problems. Tau is equal to wall stress factor. Suppose that the curvature effect is considered, K into 8W capital D by pi dq. Okay. Now from this relation, so we need W. Okay, we need W here. So let us say 1, and so W becomes, so let us take this terms this side, tau pi d cube divided by 8kd. Okay, is it okay? 8kd. Fine. So let us say equation number 2. Okay. Again, so we know that deflection. We know the deflection of a helical spring. So delta is equal to, so another formula, 8W d cube n by gd power 4. Okay. Now substitute W in this expression. Okay, so substitute this W in, or otherwise I will write, then it will be easy for you to understand. So substitute. So let us take equation number 3. Now substitute equation, or so simply substitute 2 in 3. So then we get the expression. Okay. Then this substitute, then delta is equal to 8. Okay. So d cube n divided by gd power 4. So the only term W, so just W, instead of W substitute this term. Okay, so it becomes tau into pi d cube divided by 8kd. Okay, 8 cancel and d cancel. So the final expression, tau into pi into n divided by, so anything left? Anything? So d square, pi d square n. So tau pi d square n divided by k g d. This is the expression of delta. Okay, expression for delta. Let us say equation number 4. Okay, so just some calculations. Okay, nothing difficult. Now substitute. Now we have a W and delta. Okay, substitute 2 and 4 in 1. So 1 means fundamental that strain energy equation. U is equal to half W into delta. Okay. Okay, then U is equal to half. So W. So what is W here? So So I think we got W tau into pi d cube by 8d. Okay. Tau pi d cube by 8k. Sorry, 8k into, instead of delta, so I can write here this one, tau pi d square n by k g d. Okay. Now just rearrange these terms. Okay, just rearrange these terms. Tau into tau, tau square divided by. Okay, next k into k, k square, and g. Okay, and here no, only dd cancel, d square, again pi d here, pi, so dd cancel and 1d is here, so 1d is remain, so pi dn, 1d is remain, dd cancel, pi dn, and into this pi. So let us write here 4 here, let us write 4 here, so remaining, so 2 8 16, okay, so 2 8 16. So 1 4 is here, 4 into 4, so another 4, let us take here, okay, then it will 4 into 4 16, pi we have 4 into, so 1 d square is remain, only d square is remain, so d square. Okay. Now if you observe closely this relation, okay, so I already told you in my previous class, okay, so previous classes I already told you number of times, here pi dn, so here pi by 4 into d square is the area of the spring wire, and pi dn is the length of the spring wire. This is the length of the wire. So pi d represents, here pi d represents circumference of the or perimeter of the one coil. So here n represents number of coils. If you multiply circumference of the coil with number of coils, then you will get final length of the spring or length of the wire. Okay, not length of the spring, length of the wire. Okay, then it becomes, so length into area becomes volume of the spring wire. Okay, then it becomes tau square by 4k square g into volume of the spring wire. So this is the relation, final relation for energy capacity of energy stored capacity or energy stored by a helical compression spring. Next we will do some numericals on this topic. Okay, second model 2. So model 1 problems related to maximum shear stress, okay, and model 2 problems related to this concept, okay, energy storage capacity. Okay, let's see one problem.